The space race was truly one of the most awe-inspiring periods in history, marked by the Soviet Union's remarkable strides in space exploration, placing them as frontrunners and potentially surpassing the United States. However, amidst their victories and triumphs, there are several deep secrets and untold stories that remain concealed from the public and their space rivals. Recently, Joe Rogan, the host of The Joe Rogan Experience, has exposed shocking truths about the Soviet Union's secret discoveries revealed by a prominent Soviet astronaut before his death. What are these many secrets, and how long have the Soviets kept them hidden? And how do they affect our knowledge of the cosmos? Let's find out. In the mid-20th century, the world witnessed a period of intense geopolitical competition known as the Cold War. This period was characterized by political and military tensions between the USA and the Soviet Union. At the heart of this rivalry was the race to explore space, where both countries vied for technological supremacy. However, one of the most intriguing events during this time was the Soviet Union's exploration of Mars, which added a mysterious dimension to their space endeavors. Despite achieving significant milestones in space, the Soviets set their sights on the Red Planet in the hopes of achieving another historic first in space conquest. Following what appeared to be a successful landing, an unexpected silence enveloped the mission, creating a mystery that would remain unsolved for decades. Recently, Joe Rogan, a popular American podcaster and commentator, has revealed a story that uncovers long-hidden secrets about the Soviet Union's mysterious discoveries involving UFOs and technologies that can only be created by extraterrestrials. Keep watching as we delve further into this incredible story. The world will never forget the incredible stories of Neil Armstrong, the first man to set foot on the moon, and the agency that made this dream come true, NASA. However, before NASA's historic achievement, the Soviet Union had already made its mark in space exploration. They were the first to venture into the moon's territory, although they didn't land a human there. The Soviet Union left an unforgettable mark on space exploration, starting from the launch of the world's first artificial satellite to the first human in space. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union successfully launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, shocking the world and marking the dawn of the space age. This historic event ignited a fierce space race between the superpowers. Fast forward to 1959, the Soviet Union achieved another milestone with Luna 2, the first spacecraft to reach the moon. Luna 2 crashed into the moon's surface, sending valuable data back to Earth. The Soviets continued their space exploration endeavors with a series of successful lunar missions. In 1966, Luna 9 became the first spacecraft to make a soft landing on the moon, capturing and transmitting the first images of its surface. Luna 16, in 1970, became the first mission to return a sample of lunar soil back to Earth. However, a greater Soviet space achievement came on April 12, 1961, when Yuri Gagarin journeyed into space aboard Vostok 1, becoming the first human to do so. Gagarin's 108-minute orbital flight was a groundbreaking moment in human history, solidifying the Soviet Union's position as a leader in space exploration. The Soviets further expanded their human spaceflight program with the Voskhod missions, including the first multi-person crewed spaceflight in 1964. In 1971, the Soviet Union launched the world's first space station, Salyut 1, achieving another significant milestone. This marked the beginning of a series of successful space station missions, including the iconic Mir, which operated for an astonishing 15 years from 1986 to 2001. Mir served as a platform for scientific research, technological advancements, and international cooperation, hosting numerous cosmonauts and astronauts from various countries. In the 1960s, something incredible happened in space exploration. The Venera mission achieved a remarkable milestone by successfully landing a spacecraft on Venus. This accomplishment was truly remarkable, considering Venus's hostile climate, characterized by extremely high atmospheric pressure approximately 92 times greater than that of Earth. Additionally, the atmosphere is filled with highly toxic gases like carbon dioxide and sulfur. This trapped heat on Venus makes it even hotter than Mercury, the planet closest to the Sun. Despite these challenges, the Soviet Union took the brave decision to explore Venus. The first attempt by the Soviets, Venera 3 in 1965, failed as it crashed on Venus without transmitting any data. However, in 1967, Venera 4 successfully touched down on Venus and sent back valuable information to Soviet scientists. This mission revealed that Venus had no oxygen or water in its atmosphere, but mostly carbon dioxide. Furthermore, it showed that Venus lacked a magnetic field. Following the success of Venera 4, the Soviets conducted 12 more Venera missions, each building on the previous ones. Venera 5 and 6, launched in January 1969, were equipped with advanced modifications to withstand greater pressures and collect more precise data. Venera 8 was a bigger success as it was able to transmit remarkable photos and videos of Venus despite the harsh climate. The most impressive of all were the Venera 9 to 12 space probes launched between 1975 and 1978. These hefty probes, weighing up to 11,000 pounds, had landers capable of capturing clear and accurate photos. All these missions contributed to our understanding of the mysterious planet Venus and set the stage for the recent revelation by Joe Rogan. What are the spectacular discoveries that were made from these explorations? The Soviet Union had some amazing adventures in exploring Venus. However, they kept the pictures of their exploration hidden from the world. It wasn't until a brave Soviet astronaut leaked those pictures that people got to see the wonders of Venus. But that's not all the Soviets kept secret. They also had big plans for Mars. Inspired by the success of their Venera mission, they decided to aim for the red planet, our Earth's sister, Mars. Launching a series of missions, they aimed to uncover the mysteries of the red planet. The Soviet Union launched the Mars 2 and Mars 3 missions as part of its ambitious Mars exploration program. These missions aimed to study the atmosphere, climate, and surface features of the red planet. On May 19, 1971, Mars 2 was launched, consisting of an orbiter and a lander. Unfortunately, the lander crashed on the Martian surface due to a parachute failure, rendering it inoperable. However, the orbiter successfully entered Mars orbit and transmitted valuable data back to Earth. On May 28, 1971, the Soviet Union launched Mars 3, which also comprised an orbiter and a lander. The orbiter successfully entered Mars orbit, and on December 2, 1971, the lander achieved the historic milestone of becoming the first spacecraft to touch down softly on the Martian surface. These specially designed spacecraft were built to endure the formidable 200 million kilometer journey from Earth to Mars. With landing capsules, braking shields, retro rockets, and parachute systems, they were fortified to withstand Mars' unforgiving environment. Yet, the most captivating aspect of these Mars missions was the Propam rover, a remarkable creation by Soviet engineers. Weighing a mere 5 kilograms, this ingenious robot was designed to explore the Martian terrain as if it were an intrepid astronaut. Equipped with skis for traversing rough landscapes and advanced detection systems to avoid obstacles, it displayed its ingenuity. Astoundingly, as early as 1971, the Soviets had achieved autonomous robotic exploration. Fastened to the landing capsule by a 15-meter cable, the Propam rover provided invaluable data about the Martian soil, its density, texture, and strength. This groundbreaking invention laid the foundation for future Mars rovers, forging a path to the extraordinary. Regrettably, the Propam rover's mission was short-lived, lasting a mere 20 seconds. Mars 2 crashed during its landing attempt, but Mars 3 achieved a momentous soft landing, marking the first-ever successful landing by a man-made craft on Mars. This triumph solidified the Soviet Union's position as a front-runner in the epic space race against their rival, the United States. The Mars 2 and Mars 3 missions will forever be etched in the annals of Martian exploration. These enormous spacecraft, weighing approximately 4,650 kilograms, comprised an orbiter and landing module. Equipped with an array of instruments, from cameras to spectrometers, they gathered invaluable data about Mars' atmosphere, soil composition, and magnetic field. The Soviet Union's audacious Mars missions left an indelible mark on the history of space exploration. The Mars 2 and Mars 3 spacecraft were way ahead of their time and packed with amazing technology. What made them even more special was their unique part called the lander. It was designed to survive the tough impact when descending onto Mars. The whole concept of the landing system was absolutely fascinating. First, a specially tailored parachute would be deployed to slow down the lander in the Martian atmosphere. Then, after a short while, a set of retro rockets would kick in to help it touch down gently. It was a carefully orchestrated sequence. Sadly, not long after Mars 3 landed, it suddenly lost contact with the base. But the USSR, which sent the spacecraft, didn't lose hope. They had gained a wealth of scientific knowledge and technological advancement from their Mars missions, and they were determined to continue exploring. Besides wanting to outshine the United States, the Soviets had another agenda. They were on a quest to unravel the mystery of aliens living on Mars. The Martian rover on board wasn't just equipped to study soil and weather conditions, it was also designed to search for signs of life. When Mars 3 transmitted the first-ever live image from Mars, it gave us a glimpse of the red planet's surface. The picture showed a vast expanse of land and dust that stretched far and wide, and you could also see the feet of the spacecraft. Although the image was incredible, the spacecraft was cut off just 20 seconds later, leaving the full details of the scene a mystery. Today, we can only wonder what the Soviets discovered before Mars 3 mysteriously went silent.